Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Anna. I cannot believe that I got an email from MagicLinks asking me if I wanted to collaborate with them and e.l.f. Now, MagicLinks can actually make you money if you sign up for it. It doesn't matter if you do YouTube, it doesn't matter if you do Instagram. I will link them down below. MagicLinks is a website where you can create monetized links. Whenever you share something you love, whether it's with your friends on Facebook or wherever, each time someone clicks that links or purchases from it, it can make you a small amount of income. And I feel like almost everyone who does YouTube nowadays does monetize all of their links, because why not? You're already talking about the product, so it's really quite easy. It does take a little bit of extra time, but it is worth it. So MagicLinks actually ended up contacting me asking if I wanted some e.l.f. goodies in return for kind of just sharing some love on my socials, which of course I said yes, because I love e.l.f. cosmetics and I was over the moon about it, because you guys know I love e.l.f. cosmetics. I feature their Eye Putty Primer in pretty much all of my videos. They did allow me to pick a few of them, and I'm going to test them out for you today, as well as a few new products from Soul Body. So if you want to see kind of a first impression slash just what I think about some of these products and trying it for the first time, then just keep watching. Starting off with my favorite, you guys, I talk about this, I use this for like every single palette I review and do tutorials on. It's the e.l.f. Eye Putty Primer. I have the rose color. I would like to get the white one too. I use the heck out of this. As you can see, soon I'm going to need to buy a new one. It is getting close to hitting pan, but I use this all the time. I think it is starting to get a little bit more dry as well, but this is more of a sticky base formula. If you like stickier bases, I think you'll really like this one. And it does give a little bit of color as well without really disrupting the colors of the eyeshadows. And I just find that for the most part it's worked with every single palette that I really like. It does kind of dry down a little bit, so that is something to be aware of. Alright. As soon as MagicLinks contacted me, I knew what I wanted to try, because I have been eyeing this palette. It is available at your local Target. I will link it down below. You also can get it on e.l.f. Cosmetics online. It has come out. It's been out for a while now. It's not brand new, but it is newer. And I've been wanting this since it launched. I've just been trying to cut back on palettes, but trust me, it's been really hard to say no to this one, especially with it being in Target. Every time I look at it, I'm just, it's so beautiful and I am in love. So this is called the e.l.f. Retro Paradise palette, and here are these shades. I actually feel like even though this was their summer palette, you can do some very beautiful fall looks, because you have these warmer tones over here and these chocolate browns. So I feel like you could really make this work for fall, even though it is a summer palette. We're going to actually try and create a more fall-ish type of look. We are actually going to start off by going into Fuego, just peachy color. The perfect amount of peach. It's exactly what I was hoping for. I honestly didn't want it too pigment where it was going to take over. I really wanted it to be the shade, the transition color. So that's honestly what I was hoping for. Sometimes when it's too pigmented, it's hard to make it into the transition color. I've had some peaches, especially recently, that have just been so pigmented that they're almost like too pigmented to really play as a transition color. It ends up being really ends up taking over and ends up being kind of the star of the show, and that is not what I'm going for. We're just going for a nice little transition shade. Now, I feel like if you're going for a more fall vibed look, you could definitely dip into this one or this one, and I think we're gonna go into Spiced, which is the more red color, and it's kind of just, I don't know, I don't even know how to describe it. It just reminds me of a red fall color, because it's not intensely orange red. It's just, I don't know, it's that color, and I really like it, and I think it would make a really pretty fall eye look color, honestly. Ooh, I really like this. I like this color a lot. I think again for like summer, I I like brighter colors, and I think this is like a pretty more subdued kind of red. Like it's just a little bit more mellowed out. I think this would be great for someone who's a little bit scared to try reds and oranges, because you can still kind of get that really orangey peachy look without being over the top. Like you can build this up to how you like it. I actually tested this palette out yesterday and used the shimmer. It was amazing. It worked really well, but I think it's a little bit more gold than what I would really like to use, but it was very foiled, very intense. I think we're gonna go into Fortuna, which is this one right here. Definitely a more bronzy type of color. I feel like bronze shades are also pretty for the fall time. This works really well. I feel like it'd work better wet or with your finger. Let's try it with the finger. So I'm going to take this Paraiso, I don't know, but this one almost feels like a Super Shock. Like it feels more wet. So I feel like if you tried using a brush, it probably wouldn't pick it up very well. I am putting my finger in it. It is definitely kind of like a duochrome. It goes from pink to gold to green. It's pretty magical in my opinion. I really like how this eye look is turning out. It's kind of giving me like fall apple, like spice vibes, like how cinnamon apple vibes. Ooh, that's really pretty. Can you see that? That looks really stinking pretty. Again, I don't know how well it would have worked if I didn't use my finger and I used something else, but you can really, especially on top of that red, you can really see that green reflect in there. This is a very transformative shade. Very pretty. Very pretty. Shade in person is honestly kind of jaw-dropping. I think I'm gonna go into coconut, but also mix it with the orange Caliente to kind of maybe warm it up a little bit. We'll see what happens. That's very powdery just then. And I plan on putting this on the lower lash line first, see what the colors look like combined. I really want it kind of smoky under the lash line, but I'm gonna dip into those shades again, coconut and Caliente, and put it on the outer crease a little bit to add a little bit of depth. Again, I don't want it too crazy. I just wanted to add a little bit more depth. As you can see, it just adds just a little something, nothing too crazy. I think it's because we're dipping the coconut into Caliente, so it's really kind of lightening that brown up. So I'm gonna go ahead, add some eyeliner and some mascara, and let's move on to the other products. I guess technically this isn't a first impressions because I did use it yesterday, but this is the first time that I've used any of these shades, and I'm really happy with how the look turned out. I think it looks very like fall-esque. Again, it reminds me of like an apple cinnamony eye type of look. This next product is brand new and it is from Soul Body, and it's their new face and body bronzing balm. I will post the descriptions and links down below because I don't remember how much it is, but it is a cream bronzer and it enhances your natural skin tone with a radiant touch of color, effortlessly blends into a velvety, smooth, soft, focused finish, leaves skin instantly sun-kissed. It says to apply on clean, moisturized skin. Swirl the kabuki brush directly into the pot and pick up desired amount. Gently buff onto skin to blur and build desired coverage. Can be applied to arms, décolleté, and arms, or over a fresh face of makeup. So I was very interested when I heard about this product launching because I don't really use cream bronzers. So that's a little bit of a disclaimer. So if I don't use it in the best way possible, it's because I'm new to this. I did purchase the bundle. They had a bundle price. I don't know if they still do, but when they launched, they did, to buy their new kabuki brush to go with the product. And I said, since it's a new product, let's test it out. So here is the actual bronzer. It has the Soul Body, just like they all do. And it's pretty big. It's like the size of my hand, but it does come with this clear cap. I don't know if I need to keep it on there, if it'll dry out if I don't Not too sure. I did touch it a little bit yesterday. I didn't want to go in completely blind on what the texture and stuff's like when I did this video for you guys. It smells amazing. If you have any of the other Soul Body products, it smells exactly the same, like Pineapple Beach Vacation. It just smells amazing. I'm obsessed with the smell. So I personally was very excited to find that it had the same scent. Now I got the shade Medium. And where is the brush? Okay, again, I did test it out a little bit yesterday because I didn't want to go in completely blind. So the brush is very soft and it is domed like that. And so it says to just pick up the desired amount. This is a very slippery, soft formula. I'm gonna start off on my chin. It seems to blend very easily. I think what I'll really like this for is I think it's easier to, since we are in the fall, you know how you start getting like really pale compared to your summer shade of foundation real fast? And you can just really see the difference between your neck and the foundation, your neck and your face. Well, I feel like this will be really good and easier than like putting foundation all down your neck. I feel like this is kind of a better alternative than trying to cover your entire neck with the same color foundation, but it blends really, really nicely. I did try wearing a lower cut shirt. Normally I wear pretty high cut shirts and sweaters, especially right now. It's actually pretty cold where I'm at. But I wanted to do some on my chest for you guys to see. But so far it's blending really nicely. And it smells so good. But yeah, here it's slippery, slippery. And this is Medium. And it just blends. And it's drying down already though. So I would say it probably worked pretty fast. I am looking into the monitor, by the way, so that I can see what I'm doing. But if you ever wanted to bronze your chest, again, like say your foundation isn't matching and you don't want to buy new foundation, you could always buy one of these to look more bronze. I think it's a faster way to bronze versus powder. You know how sometimes you put powder bronzer on your chest and it's like it doesn't move, like it just sticks? This is actually blending out nicely, and I saw on all of their posts saying that it is transfer resistant. So that is nice. I feel like this will be nice in the fall time. Again, to be able to look like you have more color. See, now my chest looks darker than my face, and at first it was the opposite. I feel like my foundation's starting to get a little bit too dark for me, and now I feel like I have a nice little healthy glow going on, nothing too crazy. The face is where I'm a little bit more hesitant, mainly on the cheeks, because yesterday when I tried it, I wear the ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation, and that foundation stays a little bit dewy. It does dry down a little bit, but it does stay a little bit more on the dewy side, and I did feel like on one side it started to pick it up. It's not completely transfer resistant, so we are going to try it on their face with this brush first, but we might end up switching. So when I go into my cheeks or my nose or wherever, taking some on the side of your brush is kind of what works best. So guys, I'm not an expert at this, so don't judge me. But let's say you want to contour your nose. If you have a smaller brush, I would highly suggest that, but I guess I'm just trying to show you that if you really wanted to use this brush for everything, you could. There definitely are better brushes that would fit, you know. It also doesn't completely cover your freckles and stuff. Like, it is a little bit sheer, so like I can see my freckles through there still, which is nice. It's not gonna just be completely caked on. It looks nice and smooth. This is definitely for the people who really prefer to have that cream bronzer to look less powdery and more natural. I love the smell though. I think if you just love their product scent. I also found on the cheeks I like to first kind of like to bounce it more, because I feel like when I rub it back and forth it just all comes off. I know a lot of people like to use their sponges for this stuff too. I have a lot of texture on this side. This is the side that it was definitely picking up the most. I feel like it's very, very easy to blend though, that even if you do go in with a huge brush like this, it just blends out so easily. So I feel like even though this formula might seem scary to some people, especially those of us who haven't used cream bronzers very much, it's very user-friendly because it's very, very easy to blend out. So you actually don't get really harsh lines. Doing cream bronzers underneath your powder bronzer too is also supposed to make your actual bronzer and contour last longer. So that is also something to really keep in mind, that this could potentially make the rest of your makeup last a lot longer as well. Again, I would probably go for a smaller brush. Like, even there's some highlighter brushes that I like to use for contours. Like, I feel like a brush that would have worked well was this Real Techniques brush that I like to use for highlighting. But I think it just would have, I don't know, I think almost every brush would pick this up just fine. I think if you're going for the body, like all over your body, especially the neck and under the chin is what I really love this brush for the most. I think if that's what you're gonna be using this more for, I think you should get it. Otherwise, I'm sure you have some other brushes that would work. I'm excited to play around with it more. So far, I do like it. Maybe to contour, I don't know, especially the neck. The neck is what I like it for the most. I know that's really weird. Like, this is a great neck bronzer. It just makes bronzing your neck so much easier. Next, I just picked up, this wasn't sent to me, I actually purchased it with my own money. I needed powder. And this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder, and I got the lightest one. It's called Light Pink. And it's supposed to give you a glow. It does have a sifter, and I haven't been testing it out that much to really know if it does. Here, you know what? So we're about to move on to our not cream products. So you can tell me. I feel like you still can see some luminosity peeking through. Let's look in the mirror. It kind of just gave it a really soft focus. Doing it on one side of my face really helped me realize the difference a lot more. It kind of has like a blurring effect and makes your face actually look really smooth and nice. I'm glad I tested that for you on one side. But yeah, you can still see some luminosity peeking through, so I'm not that sad about it. I think it looks pretty good. Next, this highlighter I picked out from e.l.f. and it is their Multidimensional Face and Body Shimmer. This is also from their Retro Paradise collection, and so it's not necessarily just meant for the face, but I've been dying to try this. You can also buy this from Target as well, and this one smells tropically too, but not like Soul Body products. It smells more fruity tropical, so it smells pretty good, but it feels so soft. I don't even really know how to describe it, but I can say that I can't believe more people haven't been talking about them, and I think I know why, because a lot of people aren't a huge fan of like chunky glitter types of formulas, and this one definitely has. You can't even like see it on the camera right now. I wish I could show it to you better. Okay, do you see how multi-dimensional it is? It honestly looks like bigger chunks of glitter, but it also looks wet. It looks wet. And this thing shifts from like pink to purple. Like, I don't even, it goes, it's gorgeous though, and I'm gonna use it on my face. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea. I don't know if it'll pick up well with a brush, but we'll test it first. It almost reminds me of a Super Shock. We're gonna use our finger. The police are outside of our house. If you don't know, our neighbor's cars got stolen last week, so that's probably why they're there. It's definitely like a sheer, almost colorless formula. It just gives you flecks of glitter, and it really reminds me of one of the Super Shock formulas. I don't know if they sell it anymore. It was called Felicity, and it was just like straight glitter, pretty gorgeousness, and that's what this reminds me of, and I personally really love it. Like, dude, just so that. Just so that. That's crazy. It's like wet. It legit makes your face look wet. Sorry, my dog is barking. I think it's because the police are outside. Oh my gosh. That is insane. I might add some on the inner corners just to make it even brighter. Okay. Have to test this out on our chest. I don't even know what kind of brush to use. I guess we'll just use our finger again. I could use that Soul Body one, but I don't want it to get all messed up. This is perfect. If you're not a fan of glitter on your face, you might like it on your body. It really gives you like, that looks wet. Looks wet. I think that's all the products I have to try for you guys today. What do you think? What's your favorite thing? Look how sad my eyelashes look right now because I don't have any fake eyelashes, but I think my favorite, I'm excited to try the Soul Body more. I think I would still add powder on top, but it did dry down just because or maybe I'd go for a medium dark next time. But I do like I said, I like it to match my foundation to my chest and add more color to my chest. So I definitely could see myself using this a lot. I think it would be really cool in the summertime to have this for your legs, but I think you'd have to use so much of it. It's really honestly better for smaller areas on your body, but it's just really cute and I'm really excited. It smells so good. I don't know. I also really am impressed with this highlighter. I know again it's not gonna be everyone's cup of tea because it does, you know, you can see those glitters. I really like the palette. I really like it all. So thank you so much MagicLinks and e.l.f. Cosmetics for sending those products for me to test out. I hope you guys liked this video and found it somewhat helpful, and let me know what your favorite thing was. Bye!